Today I will be talking about cats. I'm pretty sure most people know what a cat is. They're these really furry creatures that like to sleep and sit around all day. Actually, not all of them are so furry. While most people interact with cats through the interface of pet ownership, there are many different species of cats in the wild as well. The most famous of these are probably big cats like leopards, lions, or cheetahs. In fact, all cats are classified under one family known as Felidae. In the Felidae family, there are a few genera under which all cats, wild or not, fall under. Some examples include Panthera, which includes most big cats like lions, leopards, and tigers, Acinonyx, whose only living member is the cheetah, and the genus Felis, that contains the small cats like the black-footed cat or the European wild cat. Classification of the Felidae family has proven difficult for scientists because of the similar appearances of many of these cats. It's theorized that there was once a common ancestor in Asia 10 to 12 million years ago whose descendants migrated across continents when sea levels were low, and once sea levels were higher again, they were in distinct regions on Earth. Therefore, speciation in the Felidae family occurred mostly from geographic isolation. I will now focus on two species in the genus Felis, namely the Felis catus and the Felis margarita, known as the domestic cat and sand cat respectively. The Felis catus, or the domestic cat, is the one that we're most familiar with. These creatures live in their home but also roam streets and forests. Padded paws, short claws, and an acute sense of hearing are what makes them superb hunters. Like the sand cat, the hearing capabilities of the domestic cat are one of the main tools in hunting prey. In fact, the widespread presence of feral cats in all continents except Antarctica makes them a huge threat to native wildlife like birds and mice. Their ability to hunt small rodents is probably what caused speciation to occur in the first place. It is undeniable that the trait which separates domestic cats from the sand cat and any species of cat is being tolerant of humans. 10,000 years ago, civilizations began in the Fertile Crescent in the Middle East, where farmers grew grain which was stored in grain stores. These grain stores drew in a lot of mice, which in turn caused their cat predators to follow suit. Felis silvestre libica, or the African wild cat, is believed to be the modern cat ancestor. As the cats hung around humans more and more, ones that tolerated humans the most began to be tamed, leading to human-cat coexistence, which greatly benefited their fitness compared to being in the wild. Therefore, speciation occurred from behavioral isolation. Cats which liked being around humans greatly benefited from food and protection, while those who disliked the idea of mingling with monkeys were on their own, sometimes in very harsh environments. One such environment is arid desert. The sand cat, or Felis margarita, is a species of cat which resides in deserts and has a broad face. They are found in deserts in northern Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia. Similar to the domestic cat, sand cats have a very strong sense of hearing which allows them to hear prey moving underneath the sand. To capture their prey, sand cats have developed the ability to dig much better than their domestic cat counterparts. Sand cats are very fast at digging. It allows them to hunt prey in the arid desert at night, but it also lets them create burrows which they use to shelter from the sweltering heat during the day. Without powerful digging capabilities, sand cats would not have been able to survive in such a desolate environment, as they would starve and not get the moisture that they need from prey. They also have fur on the bottom of their paws which prevents them from sinking into the sand, allowing them to withstand scorching surface temperatures up to 51 degrees Celsius. While not much is known about the sand cat population today, we do know that the sand cat at some point 10 to 12 million years ago diverged from a common ancestor due to geographic isolation and adapted to have the traits mentioned earlier to increase fitness in the desert. 10 or so million years ago, a common ancestor of the Felidae family roamed the continent of Asia. As sea levels dropped, they were able to migrate to different continents. When sea levels rose again, they were geographically isolated, and this led to the development of new species. One such species is the sand cat, which adapted to its environment by obtaining superior digging abilities. When monkeys decided they wanted to stop hunting and adopt agrarianism around 10,000 years ago, it attracted African wildcats who hung around early civilizations to hunt mice. But some cats realized that humans weren't so bad, which led to the taming of cats, eventually evolving into the felines we keep as pets today. These cats maybe didn't evolve any new physical traits to hunt better or use resources better, but what they did have was an affinity for humans. While the unconditional love and support given to domestic cats by humans may not have stopped them from being heartless killers of mice, it sure gave them a life of luxury that beats any adaptation that you'd find in the wild.